Good morning, New Eden. Today is September 26, 2021, and welcome to the Federation Frontline Report.
Good morning, New Eden.
This is a new podcast about EVE Online that focuses on faction warfare. Faction warfare news. I'm your host, Frozen Fallout, and my co-host is Samson.
How's it going, everybody?
Today we have a really special guest from Average Pilots, Serraphina. How's it going, Serraphina?
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
How's
Hey.
New Eden treating you?
Oh man, I can't complain. We're just sitting here in Iges right now, looking at these Cal Mill, getting ready to maybe take some fights.
Oh, you're looking at the squids right now as we speak, huh?
Yeah, man.
Awesome. So, tell us. Thank you for first of all, thank you for coming on to the show here. So, tell us, how did you get into faction warfare?
So I got into faction warfare the first time around back in 2012, and that was with a group called the Mirienter Tribe, and that was for Minotaur Republic faction warfare. I was getting a little bored out in 0-0, and the fights were just so big and massive, and it was time. And I was like, I need something where I can get in the ship, go fight, have a good time with some new people. So I did that for about 6 months, and then of course friends drew me back. And fast forward to today, now I'm in the Gal Mill. Funny that I'm in it because I was watching CCP do a stream for the AT Alliance theaters that I was in, and I saw it. We rated Joe after the last CCP broadcast, and I liked his energy. I was like, man, this guy, he's got some charisma, and I'm like, I'm gonna talk to him and see what he's got going on.
Emperor Joe Bane.
Heck yeah. So sitting here now, I'm in the faction warfare in the Gal Mill, and I brought all my tunes over, and I'm just having a good time with you guys.
So you went all in, it sounds like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
That's awesome. Yeah. So, did you? So it sounds like I saw that your title is that you're logistics pilot. Are you? What kind? Are you doing logi pilots, or are you like in combat, or are you doing logistics like moving stuff around, or what's like your part that you're playing inside of Average Pilots?
That's a twofold answer. The first easy answer is I
That's
enjoy
classified.
flying, right? I enjoy flying logistic ships, things that rep, things that in any game I've ever played, if it's a healer or whatever, I gotta be in it because it's the most thankless job until you're the guy that's bringing someone from the brink of death, and it's just an amazing feeling. But the second answer to that is with the way that the war zone is going right now, there's a big need for an actual logistical wing, and we need to come together with certain people to build, the production side, manufacturing, the movement of things, and I want to start to get in there and kind of linchpin that, and hopefully get more ships, more items, more readily available to keep the newer people involved that probably don't have a lot of ISK or something. So yeah, to answer your question, I do both of those.
That's awesome.
Nice.
That's a huge helps to the corp for sure.
And a lot of big undertaking.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope it doesn't feel thankless, because we are very grateful to have people like you supporting murder. I mean, faction warfare. Sorry.
Sometimes that's what it feels like.
So, Serafina, what so far has been your favorite type of PvP that you've either been introduced to lately or overall? Such as like gate camping, small gang, or like faction warfare specifically.
Well, so far my favorite thing that we've been doing as a group is the small gang stuff has got to be the most fulfilling PvP to me in this game. Is when you get together with, let's say, like 10 of your bros, and you guys are running into a faction warfare site, and there's pretty much an equal amount of, let's say, Cal Mill or something in there. And you get in there and you're calling targets, everybody's doing their job. You win some, you lose some. and that's been my best experience so far. But my favorite thing to do, if I had a choice, is it's always late night, have some drinks, get together with some peeps, go fly around like Miratan, Google, all those areas, Nisua, and just go get into some kitchen sink stuff. It's the locker. Just camp some gates, shoot the breeze, you know.
Fishing.
Yeah, yeah, you were out with us Friday night, right?
Yep, I was the carries pilot.
Yeah, yeah,
That's why
right.
your voice sounds familiar. I was there for like a second. And you were talking about not, getting reps on the carries.
Yeah.
I remember you very well because you were the godsend carries catching everything for us, and then you handed the carries over to me, and we continued on. Yeah, man, catching all those. The smart bombing Proteus had to have been one of the highlights of the night, though, where we were catching all those billionisk pods. It was just an epic night of pillaging and destruction, and we still hold Iges even with our fun little run around, just want to cause mayhem fleets. Can't be working all the time.
Yeah, you gotta do both, man. You gotta do both. It's gotta be a good mix of plexing and murder.
So what are some of the changes that you would like to see in faction warfare, if any, or what are some of the things in faction warfare if you don't have anything you don't want to change, if you have nothing you want to change, what are some of the things you really like, or both?
I think, see, this is a difficult question, because unless you're the type of person that really gets into like all those small nuances of the faction warfare, like I'm here for the pew pew. That's the only thing that I care about.
Buddy.
Like personally, in my mind, I don't care about the war zone itself. Some people aren't gonna be a fan of that. They're gonna be like, but you're in faction warfare. Well, yeah, I get that. The war zone itself doesn't make or break what we do. The only thing that I've had some discussions with people is, I wish that the time it took, or the payout that you get, or something for like novices, smalls, I don't think it's very good, because a lot of people, even though they come into faction warfare, everybody always says, "Oh, this is a frigate destroyer type of thing." That's the bread and butter of faction warfare. And to me, that's kind of silly, because Eve has a suitcase full of ships that you can fly, and you get hamstringed to all these little sites. So like if I take a novice site, or if I take a small site, I can take more of those than it even matters to take like a medium or an open.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand what they have those bigger sites for. It's so you can have more of like an arena to play in with certain ship sizes, but the bots aren't using the bigger sites. They're using the small ones, and the novices most likely. The only people that are fighting in your mediums to your opens are going to be your bigger fleets that are coming in just to hold it, right? Like we have right now in Iges, there was like a 12-man flycatcher Kirin gang. Well, you really can't fight a whole lot of that. And what I would like to see is CCP give us a bit more leeway on those mediums and opens, and make something a little more worth it. I don't know what it's going to be, but they got to open that suitcase for the ship sizes.
So you're talking about the concept of like, one, I think that there's the part where every plex is the same amount of push towards a system as, a novice is the same as an open. So you get more LP out of the open, but you don't get, and it really, it all kind of times out where how much you have to kill, how much you can get bothered, how much, you're going to get pushed out of your plex. So the novices, and smalls really add up to be a great LP payout, whereas the opens and stuff is, like you said, more just a place to kind of fight, and when you're down to like, you're fighting for a specific system, but then, it's not worth it to go for an open over a novice. If there's a novice, you have to get the novice, because you can get multiple novices in before you can finish an open sometimes, especially if there's harassment. And so I would like to see, a bigger push for more system You get a bigger system control bonus payout when you're trying to take a system. So instead of, what is it, 0.7 is it, I believe? Can't remember what the
I think it
boosting
is
is.
something like that.
But also, yeah, I would like to see better payouts, and maybe different kind of sites would be kind of interesting as well, where maybe it's not just one NPC, it is something that maybe you have a little bit of a fleet that you need to take on in order, so you got to bring in a little bit of a fleet, or you mess around with a lot of different stuff, but balancing out payout is, yeah, a pretty big thing. Was there anything specific that you'd like to see? Is it more ISK related or Warzone related that you're kind of interested in?
Well, so every time I've been in faction warfare, I've never made any money. It's always just been like, because I don't plex to get the LP, but I plex for the fights. But it would be nice for people that were plexing for the LP to be able to figure out a way to better make the ISK, as opposed to having to. Because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that once you get your LP, you have to go to like a place that you can actually like cash out your LP. And if you don't control the place that you get your LP from, you're kind of like SOL.
Well, you always control where like a Valor is a good example. Is a high sec place that you can go to cash out your LP that you can always,
okay.
Quote unquote control. And yeah, I mean, yeah, you can do low sec as well, as long as you do control some of the ones in low sec. But there is parts in Obalu, which is basically a low sec island, which you can get a payout there. I don't know. There's some other offices around that I think you can get a payout in. But yeah, you're gonna get items that you're just gonna want to go sell to the open market anyways. So
I just don't think that faction warfare as it sits right now, I don't think it has for a casual player that's in the war zone. Personally, I don't think that there's as good of a payout opportunity for people to want to get into the actual faction warfare itself of owning the systems, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as a casual player myself, I feel that way when it comes to that. I don't like plex. Like the last time I did any plexes was on stream, because we were waiting for fights, and we happened to do like 3 plexes on stream while we were waiting for fights. Because my tunes, have a bunch of LP on them that I just haven't spent or used. Not a lot. I'm sure a lot of people have more, but I can see where you're coming from with that.
Well, I can add here too. So if you're a 0.0 player, the easiest thing you could probably do is, hey, I'm gonna go do a Haven real quick, right? Make 3 mil. Oh, look, I got time for 2 or 3 more of these things. Next thing you know, you got over 100 mil. You got an ESS that's gonna pay you out. There's all kinds of things to do. You can get escalation, get all kinds of stuff. But you come into faction warfare space, and if you're trying to play just faction warfare, yeah, you can always go do some exploration. You can always go do relics. You can do datas. You can go dive in a wormhole. I mean, you can do the same thing that anybody else can do anywhere on New Eden. You can also do faction warfare missions. From what I understand, those are not too difficult, but
we did some of those ones.
But it's all about LP. You get LP, you have to do something with it. If you want to make some ISK, I don't see anything where you actually like accomplish a task and get ISK. You always have to accomplish something and then take those items somewhere else.
Yeah,
cash them in.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's what's been stopping
exploration has the same kind of problem though too, because exploration doesn't give you straight up ISK. It gives you items that you got to go get somewhere and sell. But there are items that sell directly to ISK that might be kind of nice, to have, some items that are kind of floating around, that actually could be dropped. Like maybe an open does have like a fucking dread in it that you got to go blow up, and it drops like an item that you got to get now to high sec. But I do agree though, there's extra steps, and not just the biggest problem with LP, I think, compared to exploration though, is that LP is not something that you can easily understand what the best thing to buy is. So, when you come to the LP store, you have to like look through a billion different things to see what you should be selling, design a graph.
I'm waiting for Frozen to fucking tell me
I mean,
Which one I need to sell?
Navy Comets and Navy fucking Megas, Navy Dominics is
Megathrons.
like the Navy ships are always a decent, but there's
Megathrons.
way better shit to fucking make.
Megathrons.
Megathrons. Oh my god, that's an inside joke from a long time ago.
Yeah,
Doc, we
that
miss
is the
you.
problem with the LP store. Just like you said, trying to figure out what to buy. Oh, hey, you can go to this website, right? That's being handed over to you. Like, hey, this is what's super popular right now. And you're like, oh, that's all I can do. Like, that's my only option. Like, that's not enticing to somebody. Yeah, and I understand you can get tags too, but
it is extra steps. And speaking as someone that like you said, when you say casual, I mean, like, I only have like 15 minutes in the morning or something, and I want to hop on, kill something or whatever. I mean, I don't even personally play enough to make money in the game, really. So I just like killing. So like, it would be nice to be able to make money in the game more easily through stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree. It'd be nice for a different income source for faction warfare. I would still want it to be extremely dangerous and prone to draw in PvP.
Yes, absolutely.
But it would be nice to get a drop of ISK in your pocket, to have activities that you can get, even like those fobs and stuff like that are out there. If they had like faction warfare fobs, these NPC stations that you can go blow up that are, have crazy loot inside of them. We should get some of that cool stuff.
Yeah, because if you have loot and you have to transport it somewhere, places are going to get camped.
Yeah,
and it's gonna make for an interesting PvP. But speaking of camping and whatnot, Serraphina, this might be a difficult question. What is your least favorite PvP experience? Like, what have you done PvP wise in Eve that was just a terrible experience? For maybe it made you rage quit, because it's happened to me. I don't know if it's happened to you, but like, it doesn't have to be a rage quit. It could be an ongoing thing. Maybe it's something small, just PvP in general.
oh, that's not a hard one. No, so my least favorite experience to date so far in this entire game has got to be the major power block warfare out in 0-0. There's been a lot of times where it's, all right, guys, we've got a fleet at 5 o'clock. We need everybody to, log in. We're gonna move your capitals over here, and if you're on this fleet, you're gonna be in subcaps over here, and you're just trying to jockey through like all these different like third-party programs and talk to people, and then you get to your fights and whatnot, and it's there's like 1,000 of us in this system, and nobody asked to fortify the system with the server, so now you're sitting here in like, what is it, 90% tie-dye. I could literally lock something in a dread, hit the F1 button, walk away, go make my supper, come back, and I might cycled my guns twice. or I'm already dead and I don't know it. I'm still cycling guns, I'm still hearing FCs call targets, and then 15 minutes later I'm already been deleted and I'm in a station again. Like, oh, thought I was in the fight. So that's my least favorite thing.
Yeah, that sounds horrible.
Yeah. It's nothing like that here in faction warfare. I mean, everything is it's either instantly gratifying or it's disappointing because you're dead.
Yeah, the smaller stuff is more like instantly gratifying.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have a specific example of like a time that a fight that you remember that you were in, some big crazy fight, that kind of happened to you in?
Yeah, I would say, oh gosh, maybe a month ago or a little bit. I was in a group or an alliance called Seven Sins. That's before I came to Gallente Faction Warfare, which is in a coalition with Volta. And Volta would ping for a fleet. You'd all pop in this fleet. You'd either get, for lack of better terms, you'd either get blue balled, so you'd be sitting there. So you have like 100 people and nothing happens, or you get outnumbered. But we would just get into these systems, and even in like hacks or battleships, nightmare fleets or something like that, we would hop in and you'd start to like cycle in, and people would start getting on grid. Your lag would just be absolutely horrendous. You would be trying to do something. You would desync all the time. Like, you think that your drones are out doing something, but your drones are glitching in and out. it happens so often that it makes the fights, you don't even enjoy what you're doing. It's almost a chore to come online and to go on these fleets, and that's why some of these blocks and stuff 0.0 players have such a hard time pulling numbers.
Yeah, I could see that.
Fix your server, CCP.
Yeah, I mean,
God damn it.
Every time they fix it, we push it to the brink. I mean, it's unbelievable that at one point it was crazy to hear about like 100 versus 100. Like if you had 100 versus 100, you were breaking the entire game.
Well,
it was.
I have a story for you if we have time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This goes along with this when we were talking about hey, fix your servers, CCP, and all that. So, being an older player in this game, I've been playing since the servers opened, but I really didn't play like the first few years. I was just in and out of the game, just messing around, So I started to really, really play back in 2005, and those were during the times where there was no tie-dye, there was nothing to help you, or it was all just a hindrance. So fights would be won by, if you were populated in system first, the next group that had to come fight you and jump the gate, they were desynced.
Yep.
And you could just free fire targets all day long and you would just win. If you had to be the first group in system and on grid. So it's just a huge changes over the years. I mean, they've tried to make the server more user friendly for us to play in. They've tried to give us opportunities to, whatever they call it, bolster a node or something. And it's just one of those things where you can only help it so much when you're putting 1,000+ people on grid with all their shader modules and drones and gun effects. Even in potato mode is absolutely horrendous.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So awesome. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the war zone. So there have been some changes that have been happening. I know Iges is heavily under assault right now by the Caldari. As we speak, I believe that there is battles that are happening out in outer space in Iges for the fate of that system for the time being. But we also have some other big changes that have happened. The Caldari have pushed back quite hard at the Gallente push to capture some systems. So the Gallente have lost Austingale, Haurula, and Dast. So those are three solid systems that we had picked up recently. However, they have not taken Iges, which is currently what we kind of have as the last capital of the Gallente. So we will continue to fight this siege. And if we lose the entire war zone, that's not a problem. We'll still be here punching Caldari in the nose every day. So on from Warzone update news, we haven't had any specific things. There's a lot of fighting that is going on. We have a lot of videos that we're getting posted up on YouTube. So you can check out some of the battles that we have been in for faction warfare. And let's go ahead and take a look at some of the kill board here. Samson, if you'd like to give us a good look at some of the cool stuff that's been happening here in the war zone.
Alrighty. So, we had another Uli drop here. Looks like right at the top of the Gallente kill board, we have a snuffed Aeon supercarrier.
And so this was in Yuri, right?
Uli, yeah, 1.0. So this thing was probably dropped there, and it's just a crazy, just everybody in. I can't even figure out which one of these pilots is Gallente, or what actually got the Gallente on the kill.
So, Serraphina, are you familiar with what's going on here? What CCP does sometimes?
With what?
So with Titans
Capitals.
or capital ships or super carriers of, I believe it's botting, right? So it's if they're botting, they find out who, they eventually find out who the botter is, and then they teleport them into low sec or to high sec, and then a bunch of people just come and murder them.
Oh, I've heard a lot of stories about that kind of stuff, but more of the things you hear about is people just getting their accounts put in negative or whatnot. They find the bots.
Yeah, but yeah, so this looks like an example though, because this is a high sec, snuffed out super carrier that's in high sec. That's impossible. So unless CCP teleported them there, or there was some weird ass situation that happened for them to get that in there, it's much more likely though that CCP teleported this guy in and said and I believe it's for botting activities, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I mean,
sorry,
the
I
name
didn't see
looks
the
very
stream.
body.
I had to click play on the stream. I was like, what is showing up here?
Oh,
I didn't know what we were talking about because I couldn't see. Okay, yeah, that's definitely when they take you to UI, you just go there to die.
Mm-hmm. And I think I found that there's someone in the Federal Navy Academy down there that might have been why they were actually, or why it's actually on the Gallente Federation kill board. We also have a Varger here, which was a sentry gun. There you go.
Yeah.
That's a Gallente sentry gun.
The Gallente gets so many kills because of our NPC faction. This is the bonus of being allies with NPCs is that your faction kill board is filled with a bunch of cool ass kills you can go check out.
But why don't we go a little more specific here? I've got Serraphina's top 7 kills. And I think there's a lot of stories behind these.
Oh god, we're pulling up my kill board.
Yeah, well, just the last, the top 7, because I think some of these happened recently.
Yeah.
But let's see here. I've been looking at this Caracal Navy issue. That's the first thing I saw. Not just because it's right there, but it looks like this looks like it was a fun fight.
Yeah, there's a story behind that fight.
Alrighty.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Corvus, he likes to come in. He's one of our regulars out here in like the Iges area and stuff. And he likes to come in, and he's a loud, boisterous person in the local. You read the chat, and you're like, facepalm. So he killed like a couple of us previous to this at some point, and was talking all bunch of jibber jabber in local, and we just got together, and he decided that that's what he was gonna bring to come try to get us back. And let's just say it just did not go in that man's favor.
No. So it looks like the only 2 of you lost your ships.
So yeah, It looks like you guys had cormorants. You had two cormorants and is that a mollusk?
Yeah.
And
Carries.
Carries.
Oh, carries. So you were in the carries.
And, yeah.
Yep, the carries again. That's what held him down. He could not track the carries very well with his missile system. I was too fast, so I could hold him out for long distance. But Seraph, so my other character's on there.
Well, yeah, he was using heavies. Oh, yep. Bruh, no, he should have had fucking light.
Yep.
He would have like murdered half of you. Oh. Where's the thing here? Where is it? Let's see. There's one that says wrong rigs. Yeah, I'm gonna put wrong rigs.
Wrong rigs.
It's already got 303 dunked. I'm gonna add another one of those. Nice. That's a good kill because it's up there. Like it's, I don't think I've been related to people in game that have had kills that have had that many dunked on them. So, but I've seen Corvus. I've seen him around. I may have killed him before. Not sure. Killed a lot of people. I killed a lot of people on both sides in the past, so I don't know. But that was a fun one. Yeah. But also, there's a Damavik sitting right here.
He got straight dunked on quick.
Yeah.
Me and Bruquette, we were setting at max.
Yeah, and you were not too far off on getting the top damage. With these are cormorants, yeah. And Joe and a Garmer.
He held them down for us.
Yeah, nice.
That's how it's done.
Dude, this guy just got wrecked.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, fuck him, right? He's fucking squid. So, oh, sorry. Are we? I don't know if
we're fine to swear on this show. That's fine.
Yeah, I know we're fine to swear on the show. That's not what I meant. But yeah. See this little Atron here. 20 million. Why is this Atron worth 20 million?
It's gotta be loot. Check the loot. Scroll down.
Destroy 13.
Let's keep on scrolling. There we go. That's the
tags.
This guy had tags, yeah. Oh, he had tags.
Tons of tags. Some loot from murdering some people. It looks like. Yeah. It's...
Bruh, you gotta drop your shit up.
I think he came in. No, this is a different fight. Never mind. We get so many fights, you start forgetting what you got going on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, an Atron. I mean, there's a lot of them out there, so I probably wouldn't have remembered it either. But like, I just noticed that right there that it was 20 million Atron. That's kind of crazy. But you also have a 17 million Tristan, which is probably the same thing, right? The loot.
Yeah, that was today, I think.
Yeah, this one has.
He came in with the Damovic.
Oh, he was with the Damovic.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, more squids getting blowed up. It's always a good thing. Oh, let's see here.
Joe Bain says that he's going to be looting tags from now on. Also, if the audience has any questions for a guest or for us, or anything about what's going on, what we're talking about, definitely feel free to shoot questions over to us.
He has whatever this is worth 8 million. This compact.
Yeah.
Micro auxiliary. So he's that it's fitted like 16 million fitted. That's a lot for a.
It's a lot for a frigate.
Yeah.
I think those vigor things that you were talking about, the vigor compacts, those are better for fitting like small ships than like the T2 versions. They take less to fit, so it makes it easier to fit your small ships. They're worth a good amount of money.
Yeah. Nice. I said, okay, again, a 16 million Rifter. Let's see.
That looks like
14 mil fitted.
14 mil fitted. Yeah, that's a.
It's probably these things right here. These two guys.
Tech 2, yeah.
Previous slides. Yeah. The Tech 2 rigs. Let's see, where is it at? Nope, those were only. Wait, no, mid slots.
That's it right there. 6 million.
Yeah, 6 million.
The small projectile ambit.
I'm gonna go ahead and put wrong rigs on there just for shits and giggles. But do you remember this? This
no.
one, this Drifter. Oh, you know what? This is a kill that you got on and didn't realize. You shot at him at some point and he got away. Look.
Yeah.
See this question mark? Yeah. So I see this a lot with kills, and we've gotten it a lot of like on streams. We'll just be like later on, I'll just be like, hey guys, we got on that whatever kill, because, and then I'll add it to the kills for the stream. But yeah, I mean, you hit it hard. You did 31% damage, and then it went and got killed by. Well, no, but everybody. No, this is all GH.
Mm-hmm. It's all us. I don't know what happened. I didn't die.
No, it's just probably booze. It's probably the whiskey. I mean, it happens.
Maybe, man.
It's probably the whiskey. I mean, mine just ran out, so. But yeah, I mean, it's also a little kestrel here. Is this one from today?
No.
No, that's the 24th. A few days ago.
Yeah, I wouldn't remember a kestrel kill.
Yeah, normally on these kills, I put both my characters on the kills. I dual box a whole lot.
Oh yeah, what's your other character?
Right
Salond.
Here. Yeah, I noticed the trend that they're both on every kill. So I didn't say it. You said it. I didn't reveal it. You said it. So yeah, we could. But it's gonna be the same, right? No, there's a.
Oh no, there's
They're
some
different.
difference in stuff here.
Oh, okay.
That Vexor Navy was from our first gate camp that we had that night. It was on your you were streaming it, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you
yeah,
are, right there,
Friday
Frozen.
night. Yep, that's me.
Yeah, that was the one.
My drones had got depleted, I believed, at that point, and I was just using.
Yeah, you
my
killed him with
nukes.
a web.
I got
That's
you.
the fight. That's the fight where we saved Drone Swarm by like a
Oh.
slither.
Yeah, Z drone. Yeah, I got really close.
Oh
to
yeah,
getting
he was in
blown
the
up.
Hecate.
Yep.
He had like 12% structure left, I think he said when
I was
health got
okay.
dropped.
So I joined right as that was happening. Like, so I was still flying out there, and I heard it. I heard Z drones screaming about how you guys got him right before he died with
Yep.
the Logi.
That was fun.
Yeah, that one sounded very
Intense.
and intense. Yeah. But yeah, that's a it's a
100
Vexor Navy issue.
Yeah, Vexor. Well, even a Vexor Navy issue, 173 million is pretty crazy. Like, what's the ship worth itself?
The ship,
So
let's see, it was
scroll
fitted 49.
Yeah, scroll down. Keep on scrolling all the way down to the bottom of the kill here. Like
80.
Quaif Zero is expensive.
So
The
80
overclocker is
million.
expensive.
Yep. He had some. Oh, there we go. He had Quaif
Yeah,
Zero.
He had a 20 million dose. Yeah, look at
Drugs.
this.
Yeah, he probably even took some drugs too.
Drugs.
So
And the Quaif by itself is worth 16.
that's what pod mails should show as well, is what drugs they had in them. If you
That'd be
if you bought
cool.
the cod. Yeah, that'd be fucking.
Add that
cool.
to it.
Because then you could add like an ISK value to it. You know that fucking got used up.
Yeah.
Is there any other good ones? There's a Gnosis
There's
in there.
the Gnosis right here. This
Yeah.
is the one we already went over. But this is the Gnosis. This one was on the integral. Oh, Murthane Gate. Yeah.
Yep,
so this is the
Murthane Gate
clubs.
and Integral. We had a neutral jump into us, and yeah, we were able to take that down pretty quick. Actually, it was pretty. We
Yeah,
didn't
and
have
he
a lot
took-
of people. We had 7 people involved. Gate. Oh, that's he shot
gate
some.
guns.
He shot somebody that wasn't pirate. I guess we're not all piratey. I'm a pirate, so I get shot a lot without gate guns.
Yeah, get used to being a pirate.
Wow,
Too.
those gate guns fucking hurt. That was
Yeah, they
like a
do.
huge amount of damage.
Yeah, you're done yourself in, dude. If you're in a solo in a Gnosis and you're taking gate guns, like
And
that's
if you-
already like if you're fighting something the same size, there's a good chance you're gonna die. But a fleet, I mean, he lasted a pretty. I mean,
I believe
19
that we have that on video,
19K
and yeah,
something.
it
Yeah.
lasted a long time.
yeah, you did. You just posted that he lasted.
He was
for a
the
little
first
while.
kill, I think.
Because to get that much damage from gate guns, you got to be there for a while. And
Yeah.
I think it's probably because he's got reactive armor hardeners. He's got dual reps.
Yep, that helps.
And an energized membrane,
and a Drake that was fighting him for a long time.
and two armor rigs.
Yeah.
Yep. He's pretty tanky. It's not a bad fit.
Yeah, it was a good fight.
I mean, it's no G
I mean-
unit, but all right.
G unit.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Any other
Noob
sexy
sword.
on the kill board?
I think
Eh.
it was a thorax and
Oh, yeah.
Enyo. I know this one. Dude, let's check the thorax.
All right, that was just a small little gank of ours.
Yeah, not bad. Worth 5 points too.
Is that a
were
Navy?
in
Yeah, this is the
Curies.
carries. Yeah. Vexor.
Just scooping them all up, man. Scooping them all up.
Yeah, making that board green, man. That's awesome.
Mhm.
Love the greenness. And I know this guy, Rankar knife. I see him around.
Oh,
Ooh,
he
he's got
got
a
he got shot up real
Pirelli.
hard. Joe was
Yeah.
in a rupture. It looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, another.
I got
rupture.
murdered and I don't even remember what I was in.
Something with
Probably.
missiles. No.
Probably.
Oh yeah.
No. That was
Where are you? Or up at the top. No, you got alkalites.
Yeah,
I guess you could always hit
RPGs.
related and it would show you like what.
Oh yeah,
there.
yeah. generate the battle report. Dun 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 dun.
All right, let's see here.
What was I in?
Holy shit! 57 ships lost on our
Yeah, well,
side.
this is everybody's connected to everything, right?
Well,
Where are
this fight I think happened because we were.
You were in a
Caldari's
goon.
site.
You were in a dragoon.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
makes
Caldari's was all in a site, and we were just constantly like coming in and getting, blowing them up. They're blowing us up, so we were just streaming back and forth.
So yeah, you and yep, you need alkalites as your drones.
Yeah,
Fun times.
that guy got pooped on.
Yeah, just a little bit. Oh, let's hit the dunked for that. I like that.
gotta use the voting system. It's very important to vote.
Well, what's funny is
Yeah, you could just. That needs to be fixed, by the way, Ezekiel. I mean, you got a million other things you got to do, but that's.
How did the dunks go up so much?
That's
I
one.
just put them up 17 times right now.
Or at least
I
like
thought you
a.
literally
just
vote once.
They need
No,
like
you
a
just
thing
keep
that
clicking
says
it.
it above it, like don't hit this more than once. Don't be an
Oh.
asshole.
You can hit it as many times as you
I
want.
thought it was like people watching the stream or something.
Pile it on him. Fuck you. You got dunked.
Yeah. Funny. Good
Oh
stuff.
man.
Good times.
So one of the things I also want to do as we kind of near towards the end of our show here is kind of give you a spotlight here if there's any streaming that you do or any activities that you do or anything out of game, any spotlight that you want to shine or any shout outs that you want to give Serraphina. Go ahead and just give us a nice little shout out about what you're doing or shout out for whatever you want to do.
Man, I guess all I want to do is tell people, good job on holding what we're holding right now, being the underdogs of this in this fight. I mean, we don't, we're gonna sit here, we're gonna pride ourselves on being able to take good fights, make good fights. We're not just gonna go out and toss everything away for nothing. We're gonna keep trying, and if we lose this faction warfare grid, so to speak, right now, it's not about quitting. You just go back and restart again, go out with guerrilla tactics and start clawing your stuff back, make them pay every step of the way.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much for being on the show here today. We are definitely looking forward to working more with Average Pilots, kicking some ass out there. And like you said, yeah, if we lose the war zone, we'll get it back. We're just gotta push hard and just keep on fighting. I think a lot of us here are for good fights more than anything. It does really suck. I just kind of want to point out that I don't like that the tier system is tied to the payout for LP. I think that's another kick in the balls. That's just like, okay, if you're the winning side, it's really easy to keep momentum going for you. And I think that that's something that allowed the Gallente to dominate the Warzone for so long. Because, I mean, prior to today, there's been incursions of the Caldari taking over everything. But the Gallente, I believe, is pretty solidly the one that's been holding the Warzone for most of this time. And that's a lot to do with who was in the old guard and stuff. But it also had to do with when you have the tier. If you're at tier 1, it sucks. Like, your ships aren't going to be immediately double the price just because of faction warfare, because there's other ways of getting a lot of these ships. I know the Caldari did get, it does affect prices to a certain degree, because I believe Caldari ships overall have the faction ships that you can get for faction warfare are pretty notorious for being a better payout for you. But they were at tier 1 for a long time, and it just doesn't help that. I think there's different things that should influence other than, I think payout should always just be 100%, or maybe even 175%. It's just all the time for missions and plexes. And then there should be, that mechanic should be for something else. And what that mechanic should be for can be, different things from, being less taxes and stations globally for you, or some small things that you can do here or there, or it's when, these are what kind of influences how much NPCs, maybe get a little bit of a boost or so. I don't know. There's a million different things that you could look into, but having it tied to money kind of sucks. So that's just my last little thing here. Thank you so much for coming on to the show here, Serraphina, and thank you all.
Yeah, dude, thank you.
Oh yeah. Thank you all for watching. If you're interested in joining up with the war effort, go ahead and put in an application to Golden Age Stories in game. Alts and spies are welcome.
Yeah.
And if you have news that you want,
slaves.
Oh yeah, slaves. Apparently, yeah. Oh, real quick, actually, there was a little bit of I believe news that we had in Notorious, a crazy event that kind of happened to me and Gwen. Gwen, do you wanna talk about that real quick?
Yeah, well, I was just minding my own business, solo gate camping the Nisswa Gate in Notorious like I do, and somebody decided to hot drop all of Bomber's Bar on our face. While we were, so I was there just doing it, and then Frozen showed up, and we were just sitting there, and I was like, man, he's like, and literally, and I'm not even joking, he literally says to me, like, in the chat, man, it's really nice to hang out with you on Gates again, or something to that effect. And no sooner does a bait fucking industrial come through, we fight it, and it drops a Sino, and then it was like a dozen or more bombers, and the rest were all Falcons. So like we were done. Like there's nothing we could do except finish killing the bait, which I didn't even realize that we did, because Frozen finished it because I died first. And then they dropped a bunch of Bomber's Bar forms in like satisfaction forms in the local.
Small victories. We did kill that fucking industrial ship.
Oh yes,
so.
and we came out points positive, bitch, because we got more points for the industrial than they did for the 1 point each from our Gnosis. So I don't care.
Small victories.
I'm about points. I'm about points because I'm obsessed with the danger.
No, it wasn't Snuff. It was Bomber's Bar.
Bomber's Bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you do have also news for us, we are totally open to talk about different kind of battles that are going on. Send us battle reports or kill mails or cool things that are happening. Even if it's not faction warfare specifically related, we can always jazz it up as to show you why the Gallente are awesome. If it's like a Gallente ship, just find a reason why. If a Gallente ship was involved in it, maybe that's like... Just it shows our Gallente supremacy of the universe. So, but you can send that over to me, Frozen Fallout in game, 2 words, Frozen Fallout, and then or you can send it to us at Gmail. It's the Federation Frontline Report at gmail.com. That's the Federation Frontline Report at gmail.com. Send us all your news or all your hate mail, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Gwenevik Kenyon is also accepting hate mail in game and more requests for being her slave.
Oh, and we do have a question real quick.
I appreciate
that. Joe did ask, any thoughts on the rescue of the prophecy from Old Man Star? The rescue of the prophecy. When was this?
FC.
Oh,
oh.
We had the bait prophecy that night on the gate camp, I think. In that fleet of yours.
Did we have a bait prophecy as well? I don't remember that. I thought we
was on the other side of the gate the whole time. That was prophecy.
Oh, okay.
I know Old Man Star. I don't remember us going to Old Man Star. We went to through Hades, but we didn't go to Old Man Star. Okay, so this so before all that, it was stuck in OMS, and we took a large fleet from Iges and got out and moved to Nisswa. It was an awesome fleet. Oh yeah, I think I do remember that there was somebody stuck in OMS, and I'm not sure if I was involved in that, but that I do remember something about that. And I love that kind of stuff, is going and doing rescue operations. It kind of reminds me of like the wormhole guys that go out and hunt down and help people that are stuck out in wormhole space. You know, sometimes you just get stuck in low sec, and you're like, dude, I just need to get home. Awesome. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you so much for the for watching. Thank you so much for coming on to the show, and have a great night, everyone.
Gals Mills, fuck yeah.
Peace.